So I saw this video on Twitter yesterday that sent me down a small rabbit hole, more like a wormhole. I just read some posts and things that people had to say, and then I watched these two videos that we're gonna go over here today. So I was never really into Pokemon as a kid. I remember playing ROMs of like Pokemon Red and Blue and maybe Silver or something like that. The only other experience I had other than that with Pokemon was when some of my middle school friends tried to get me into like the physical card game. I bought a couple of packs, and I think I even bought like a tin, one of those big tins, and I just couldn't get into it. Who knows, maybe even third grade, I was already a blackjack guy. Anyway, the focus of today's video is a phenomena that is currently occurring in the Pokemon card trading community. It's known as scalping, specifically Pokemon scalping. I want to preface all of this by saying I know next to nothing about Pokemon, let alone the actual card game, so if I fuck up any little tidbits or nomenclature, I sincerely apologize. Scalping in general is the act of buying up, say, tickets, trading cards, etc., and reselling them for higher than retail once they're hard to get. I want to be clear, this is not someone buying, say, a couple of sports cards and then holding on to them hoping they increase in value over the years. This is the intentional depletion of the supply of an item in order for people to be able to resell it for way higher markups. So essentially, people have started doing this with Pokemon cards. They'll go into stores and clear the shelves of anything somewhat valuable or rare to the point where the only places casual collectors can go to get these packs and cards is the Scalpers reselling. A lot of the posts I read were on the Pokemon card subreddit or whatever, and it was just a lot of casual or new players that were complaining that they can't build their deck without having to pay a markup to get any of the cards that they want. So in this first video, we see our protagonist, the cameraman, creeping up on one of these Pokemon scalpers. This guy in the navy blue has got a cart full of Pokemon packs and is intensely scouring the shelves for more. This is already an insanely depressing sight. If I didn't know what this guy was actually doing, I would think he's gonna use these cards to like entice children somehow. I kind of assume Pokemon cards and like Roblox gift cards are the new candy for child molesters. I'm gonna talk more about this later, but the fact that these are two actual grown men is really embarrassing for them and honestly all of society.
Cart.
Thank you.
So I guess what's going on here is that these guys are both scalpers, and there's kind of a civil war starting amongst these individuals where they try to outscam one another. I want to call this behavior childish, but I guess that's what you can expect from people who are so obsessed with a child's game and money that they'd be willing to force said children to pay ridiculous prices for literal toys. Like, I love how the guy put walk of shame, like his behavior isn't just as pathetic. He seems genuinely proud to have established his dominance as the alpha child scammer. Just look at that grin and that big city skyline he's showing off in his mouth. So this next video is from Reddit, and it's a group of these upstanding individuals getting into a bit of a bedlam outside what looks like a Target, and this actually escalates to blows. I'm not sure what I can actually show here on YouTube because I use the term blows very loosely, and you'll probably see why here shortly. So it seems like Pokemon scalpers are either short, fat, or both. I've yet to see a tall, skinny, or even just normal sized guy in one of these videos. This is exactly how I would expect someone with a hobby like this to fight. The flying knee right off rip is psychotic work, and I can't tell if it actually dropped him or he just kind of toppled the big boy over. To be clear, I'm not talking about Pokemon here. There's nothing wrong with liking Pokemon or having it as a hobby. I'm talking about scamming children and exploiting a child's trading card game like it's the crack game. What I really fail to grasp is the end game with all of this. Like, best case scenario, you become the Scarface of scamming kids out of Pokemon cards, and everyone would probably just look at you like some kind of incel, which probably is not far off since I assume people who have access to adult women don't do this sort of thing. So the main question I have with this is like, how hard is it for the store to just say, hey, only 2 of these packs per person or something like that? Or maybe just put a halt to somebody who's trying to walk out with a fucking pallet jack's worth of Pokemon cards? Maybe places are already doing this, I'm not sure, but I can just picture some poor mom running all over creation to try to get her kid the birthday or Christmas gift they want, and every time they round the corner to the toy aisle, they are met with these adult children ravaging the shelves and engaging in guerrilla warfare over a children's trading card game. The internet is really starting to highlight our regression as a society, and this is exactly what makes me want to crawl into a nice big bottle of whatever the fuck it will take me to forget this shit happens in real life. Alright, sorry about that little rant there at the end. I got a little unhinged. I appreciate all of you guys that took the time to watch the video, and I sincerely hope you all have a blessed rest of your day.